Hello everyone, I'm Seema Shetty, a second year BBA student of Cardiff Met University studying at Universal Business School, Mumbai. Today, I will be diving into the effects of industrialization and globalization on business ethics and sustainability, spotlighting the plastic packaging industry as a prominent example. This sector is under intense scrutiny due to its environmental impact, further pressing the critical importance of ethical and sustainable business practices in all businesses. To start off, let's understand what this means. Industrialization and globalization have reshaped economies, transitioning from agrarian to manufacturing based societies. This process has been accelerating globally since the late 18th century. According to the World Bank, as of 2022, the industrial sector contributes around 27.5% of global GDP and employs approximately 22% of the world's workforce. While this transformation has brought forward pressing environmental challenges, it has created a notable impact on urban development worldwide as a result of technological advancements and mechanization. Globalization refers to the increasing integration and interdependence of economic, social, and cultural activities across national borders. Globalization's effect on ethical and sustainable business practices are multifold. On one hand, globalization has raised environmental concerns due to resource exploitation and emissions. On the other hand, it has also facilitated the spread of sustainable practices, ethical sourcing, and global standards for corporate social responsibility. To illustrate, according to the UN, global greenhouse gas emissions rose by 49% between the year 1990 and 2019, while the UN Global Compact reported that in 2021, 93% of its business participants had policies on environmental protection. It's fundamental to understand the interrelationship and dynamics between the factors of globalization, industrialization, and ethical sustainability in order to advocate for meaningful change. Honing this understanding emphasizes to us the need for transparency, accountability, and environmentally responsible practices in order to navigate the complexities of a global economy. Industrialization, which began during the late 18th century Industrial Revolution, has led to significant environmental consequences over time, particularly contributing to global climate change. Industrialization's impact on climate change is profound, with industrial activities contributing to approximately 78% of the total increase in greenhouse gas emissions between 1970 and 2011, according to the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The primary driver of these emissions being the burning of fossil fuels to power factories and transportation systems. The packaging industry, a central player in industrialization, exerts considerable environmental pressure. The production of packaging materials like plastics, paper, and cardboard leads to deforestation and resource depletion, with an estimated 18 million acres of forest lost annually due to paper and packaging production, as per the World Wildlife Fund. Further, packaging waste disposal contributes to pollution, with around 8 million metric tons of plastic waste entering our oceans annually. Manufacturing processes within the packaging industry significantly add to environmental concerns by consuming significant amounts of energy and water. To illustrate, the production of just 1 ton of aluminum cans approximately produces 16 tons of CO2 emissions. To address these environmental impacts, various initiatives have been undertaken, including the development of sustainable packaging materials, increased recycling efforts, and the implementation of extended producer responsibility programs. There must be comprehensive and coordinated efforts from the government, industries, and individuals to effectively tackle the environmental challenges brought about by industrialization and the packaging industry. Now that we have recognized the deep impact of climate change and the environmental consequences stemming from the packaging industry, let's delve into a comparison of the policies and strategies implemented by two countries, the United States of America and Denmark. This analysis will shed light on how each nation has incorporated ethical and sustainable practices into their respective approaches. Within the plastic packaging industry, the United States and Denmark exemplify contrasting approaches reflecting their distinct regulatory landscapes and cultural priorities. The United States, a major producer and consumer of plastic globally, functions in a system dealing with stringent regulatory frameworks. This includes federal agencies such as the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, which oversee environmental and safety standards. In the meanwhile, states implement their own measures for regulating plastic packaging. Despite this infrastructure, recycling rates for plastic packaging remain relatively low at around 9% in 2021, according to the EPA. However, a trend of corporate responsibility still persists, with numerous companies pledging to reduce plastic package usage and increase recycling rates. For instance, Coca Cola remains committed to making all of its packaging recyclable by the year 2025. Denmark, on the other hand, owns one of the most efficient recycling systems in the world. It boasts one of the highest plastic recycling rates globally, recycling about 94% of its plastic bottle waste in a closed loop cycle as of 2021, solidifying its circular economy approach. Central to Denmark's success are policies like the EPR laws, extended producer responsibility, which hold producers accountable for the entire life cycle of their products, incentivizing eco-friendly packaging materials. Furthermore, Denmark emphasizes public awareness and participation, which fosters a culture of sustainability with strong support for environmental initiatives. In conclusion, while the US exhibits a more decentralized approach with emphasis on corporate initiatives, Denmark's centralized government led strategy has consistently yielded higher recycling rates and stronger sustainability practices. With the rising global urgency to address plastic waste and environmental sustainability, both the United States and Denmark must stay proactive in seeking innovative solutions to strike the right balance between economic growth, consumer demands, and ecological preservation for a more sustainable future. The impacts of industrialization and globalization on the environment are undeniable and pose significant challenges that require collective action from businesses, policymakers, and individuals. Ethical and sustainable practices are no longer just rhetoric, but are imperative for a thriving global economy. Businesses must prioritize environmental responsibility by adopting sustainable production methods and investing in eco friendly technologies. Policymakers should incentivize sustainable practices through regulations, tax credits, and extended producer responsibility laws. And individuals can contribute by making conscious choices, supporting sustainable brands, and advocating for environmentally friendly policies. Further, raising public awareness and encouraging responsible consumption patterns are crucial to drive change. Ultimately, ethical and sustainable business practices are not just an ethical obligation, but are strategically necessary for long term success. By collectively embracing a circular economy mindset, we can create a future where economic growth coexists with environmental sustainability, ensuring a prosperous and resilient global economy.